What's going on, everyone? So, Luka Doncic as well as Jared Vanderbilt are both out for the Los Angeles Lakers in this second game of a back-to-back. This was kind of expected, in my opinion. Max Kleber obviously is out. LeBron James is still questionable at the time of recording this video. He appears to be a game-time decision, so we'll see if he plays. He was yesterday, too, and then they announced that he was going to play. I wouldn't be shocked if they sit both of them and try to get this win without either. It'd be nice if LeBron plays. But as far as Luka goes, this is going to be expected. I wouldn't be shocked if he sits every back-to-back the rest of the way, because they have like 4 of them next month in March. It's going to be brutal. And you're going to have to navigate some of those games without him, right? I think that they'll probably do a better job next month, especially with Luka starting to get healthier and not have the minute restrictions and stuff like that. Once he gets his legs under him and better in a better offensive rhythm and stuff, because he was not great yesterday offensively. Not worried about it. I still think a lot of people are greatly overreacting to his offense. The guy did great in every other aspect, right? He literally led the both sides in plus minus, if I'm not mistaken, and then also led both teams in rebounding. He had 5 early turnovers, but then cleaned it up and only had 1 the rest of the way. But that's expected. 1, he's heavy on ball. 2, he just got with a new team, right? There's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. Let's wait and give it, at least a couple handful of games. Give it 10, 15 games. And then if he's still having the offensive struggles, then we can address it. We'll talk about it accordingly. I just think, to basically call him a bum because he played, he has only played 3 games in literally 7 weeks, and 2 of those games were on minute restriction. Oh, and by the way, he's on a brand new team, but he's trash now offensively, when that's literally the only thing he's ever been good at. Injured, overweight, whatever you want to call him, out of shape. It's the one thing he's good at. And he was able to get to all his spots. Right? It's different if he was unable to get his shot off, or if he was, slow a step, or, if he wasn't able to get the dribble penetration and all those things. None of that happened. He's been fine in all of those areas. His shot he hasn't been able to find the bottom of the net yet. That'll come. Not worried about it. But obviously we need Luka to play as many games as possible the rest of the way, just on the fact that we need to build the chemistry. We need to build that understanding with Luka and LeBron. Again, this was something that was expected, but I'd like to see him maybe play, because like I said, we have 4 in the month of March. It'd be nice if he played 2 of those, right? Especially we play 2 of those back-to-backs are against the Nuggets and the Bucks. Literally both times. First it's the Nuggets, then the Bucks, and then it's the Bucks and then the Nuggets. So those 2 back-to-backs, at least, I would hope he plays, because those are 2 games that we're really going to need Luka in those games, in those stretches. Those are 2 games that I think he would be very valuable in. But got to touch on LeBron, because we did get a couple updates with him. LeBron James was asked about his foot injury, and he says that it's something we got to manage for the rest of the season. Right? It's why he didn't play in the All-Star game. It's something that he's dealt with for years now. Right? Ever since, what was it? Who was Solomon Hill, I believe, was the one that crashed into him and gave him his first major injury, and he's basically have been managing that ever since. He looks pretty good managing that injury, but I'm sure it's something that affects him and bothers him from time to time, right? I'm sure it's something that he's got to deal with and kind of push through. I'm sure that there's pain and stuff. I mean, he's expressed it. He's talked about it, which is why, I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't sit this back-to-back. But he still wants, you got to keep in mind, all the accolades, things like that. He's a guy that wants all of the things all NBA, him potentially winning any type of individual accolades and awards, right? So my guess is that he's going to play, and he's going to play as many of these back-to-back games as possible. I'm not saying that he's going to play all of them. I do think he will miss games here and there. I do think he'll miss time here and there. But got to imagine, right, because you have to play at least 65 games, right? And so LeBron only has so many games that he's able to miss. And like I said, they have 5, counting this one, 5 back-to-backs, which is something that you need to kind of keep in mind. Right, when you're talking about the games that he's going to miss, or him managing the injuries and whatnot, and just being able to be effective out there. Right, so far this year he has played in 49 games. right? So he has to play at least another, 16 games, right? So, and we have 29, which, again, gives him some wiggle room, gives him some area. But, time will tell, right? But another, quick little thing that I wanted to go over, because I talked about this in the live stream over on As It Stands Lakers. I talked about his clutch numbers because there was something, he hit the shot that made it a 1-point game, right? And then after that, he ended up, doing the 2 missed shots to lose the game. That was frustrating. But I talked about his stats. So LeBron James, since joining the Lakers, 1 in 29 game-tying go-ahead field goal attempts, final 5 seconds of the fourth quarter, or OT. So I was talking about this in the live stream. I thought it was 0 of 29, but it was 1 of 29, which isn't really better, right? It's not really an argument. So yeah, that's clearly this is not a good stat, is my point, right? 1 of 29 game-tying go-ahead field goal attempts. It's an issue, right? Now, he is statistically the greatest clutch time player and closer in NBA history, but since being a Laker, he has not been that. He has been very bad in that area for the Lakers, and it's something that we need to keep an eye on, because you get to the playoffs, you're going to get those moments where you're going to need the clutch numbers, and you're going to need all that stuff, and hopefully that's where Luka, you're hoping, can be that guy, because Luka is a guy that can close and hit the big shots. Playoffs and regular season are very different things, so maybe LeBron, but LeBron missed several in both Nuggets series, right? And his shot selection at times has not been great in that. The desperation the threes that he took to tie the game yesterday, I didn't mind, right? One of them, he was literally wide open. You got to take that shot. And then the other one was just clock winding down. He had to chuck it up. But, it is something to kind of keep an eye on and a bit concerning going forward. But beyond that, right, Luka and LeBron, we need them to play as many games as possible together. We need them to play as many minutes as possible together. Let these two kind of figure it out, right? Because the more time that they can spend on the basketball court together, the more time that they spend, playing alongside each other, right? Obviously, you're going to have moments where they're both separated and you're going the Luka minutes and then just the LeBron minutes. That's fine. But you need them to get, they need to log the hours in to start building that chemistry, because you're going to need both. You're going to be playing the two of them probably 40 minutes a game come playoff time, right? So that means you're probably only going to have, 8 minutes or, 15 minutes without one of them on the basketball court. Well, most of the time, probably getting 30 minutes of the two of them on the court together. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. But we'll see. Time will tell. Anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Agree, disagree, mixed, in the middle? How do you feel about Luka sitting out? Are you disappointed about this? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. We enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.